Hi guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Despite the readiness of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, to negotiate with the federal government, stakeholders doubt that the federal government, led by Bola Tinubu, would be willing to consider that option. Now guys, they've given their reasons. Let's find out more as we hit the news. But if you're joining us for the first time, you're very much welcome. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Barrister Emeka, a Lagos lawyer who spoke to Sunday Independent on the renewed call by Chief Clerk, said accepting Kanu's willingness for negotiation would have been a smart way to end the economic crisis brought about by the sit-at-homes in the southeast region. Although the former President Muhammad Buhari refused to release Nnamdi Kanu from detention after his abduction from Kenya, despite a court ruling in October 2022 ordering his release. But since then, there have been calls on President Bola Tinubu, ever since his inauguration on May 29, 2023, to release Nnamdi Kanu. Although Tinubu never mentioned Nnamdi Kanu's case, even while campaigning, Tinubu never mentioned Nnamdi Kanu's case. While he campaigned in the southeast region, he never mentioned, releasing Nnamdi Kanu. The likes of Atiku Abubakar had mentioned once that if he's been voted in as the president, he would see to the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And then a year after, the president still has not heeded the calls from Nigerians, from Ohanaeze Ndigbo, from a lot of concerned people, even those in the diaspora, to release Nnamdi Kanu. And in March 2024, a federal high court judge denied Nnamdi Kanu bail. And at this point, Nnamdi Kanu kicked against this. More bodies like Ohanaeze Ndigbo, the Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria, a lot of people have been clamoring for his release. And the latest is the call by Chief Edwin Clark, an elder statesman, who noted that Kanu's release is very important and will pave way for economic prosperity and security in the southeast region if Nnamdi Kanu is released. These calls have been a continuous call in the southeast region, and his continued detention has been the major cause of insecurity in the southeast. With the Monday sit-at-home that has paralyzed the economy of the southeast, making many businesses lose billions of naira every week, Chief Edwin Clark had recently added his voice to the renewed call for the release of Nnamdi Kanu and noted that Kanu should be released. A lot of people clamoring, even the National Assembly members, they are now calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, writing later to the president. But the president is yet to respond to these appeals from Nigerians. So, in a humble bid for the Nigerian government to allow peace to reign, they should try as much as possible to release him, because, it's just absurd that people tend to be pleading for someone that is being accused and standing trial for the offense he never committed. Kanu, in his own right frame of mind, is agitating for Biafra, and he has not done any crime in doing so. So why is it that they are hell-bent on frustrating his release on bail, to an extent that even the court, they are not giving him the chance? The judiciary are also frustrating Nnamdi Kanu's efforts at applying for bail. And ever since Nnamdi was arrested, he has remained in detention for long. The Supreme Court of Nigeria had upheld the federal government's appeal. The Supreme Court set aside the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which ordered the release of Nnamdi Kanu, and then ordered the resumption of his trial before the federal court in Abuja on terrorism-related charges trumped up on him by the federal government, all in a bid to make sure he continues his stay at the detention. Meanwhile, Honorable Charles Anike, the national president of the Eastern Union, has said that the organization supports Nnamdi Kanu's consideration for an out-of-court settlement with the federal government. Speaking with Sunday Independent at his Abuja base, Honorable Anike stated that the EU, a pressure group for the people of the old eastern region, supports the arrangement, which he described as a shortcut solution to the crisis that almost paralyzed the southeast. And the speculations that Nnamdi Kanu is considering out-of-court settlement with the federal government is a way forward, and is sort of a shortcut solution to solving the long overdue problem that has crippled the robust economy of the southeast and some part of the south-south. And he recalled that many citizens at several times had suggested to the former President Muhammad Buhari's government to seek a political solution to resolving the problem, but regretted that the administration enjoyed the pains and the frustration of Nigerians, hence remained adamant to the call. And according to Anike, the man is illegally adopted by the government, and ever since the government has kept amending their charges against him and yet to no avail. Individuals including foreign governments, civil societies have been calling on the government during and after Buhari's tenure to seek for a political solution and then release the IPOB leader so that peace can reign, peace can return to the region. But these various governments remained adamant, probably enjoying the crisis and the shedding of innocent blood in the east, especially in the southeast. And it is obvious that the government has no genuine case against Nnamdi Kanu, but they have been detaining him out of hatred, out of spite, because he's an Igbo person. This position has confirmed when others accused of the same crimes as Kanu have long, regained their freedom. And they are moving freely, the likes of Omoyele Sowore, the likes of Sunday Igboho. Therefore, it will be a good omen, both for the government, Kanu, and the people of Southeast in particular, if the Tinubu-led federal government can at this point begin to retrace its steps towards obeying court orders and justice. Political solutions to resolving the lingering problems are believed by many as the only way to go and the way forward. And the government must look into this. I know the government have so many problems to focus on, but then they should look into this issue of Nnamdi Kanu, because these baseless cases against him is a continued incarceration of Kanu and will no doubt continue to be a distraction to any serious government and also abuse of his fundamental human rights. When Kanu stated his desire for negotiation at the last season in court, at the last session in court, the federal government's lawyer, Chief Awo Milo San, had responded that he had earlier informed Nnamdi Kanu that he lacked the powers to embark on such negotiation since it was not part of the fleet that was issued on him by the AG of Federation and the Minister of Justice. And then the lawyer of the federal government maintained that only the Attorney General of Federation had the authority to negotiate or take further steps in relation to the matter, noting that the case bordering on alleged terrorism, and if he's interested in negotiating, he knows the right place, the Attorney General of the Federation's office. And reacting to the development, the trial justice Binta Yako had said the duty of the court was to hear the matter and that it was brought up before it and not to act as a solicitor for any parties. And then she said it was left for the parties to agree on the way they wanted the matter to go. If they want to discuss with the AGF, fine, no problem at all. They should go ahead and do so. This would be like an out-of-court settlement. So my country people, the only thing we know is that Nnamdi Kanu committed no offense. The only offense he committed is because he is an Igbo man that is clamoring for Biafra nation. So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section.